Hello, and thank you for joining us here at EPM Live. Today we want to share with you what's new with EPM Live, and specifically what's new in our recently released version 4.3. We continue to get good recognition from the analyst community and other folks that review such technologies. We're happy to report that we're included once again in Gartner's PPM Magic Quadrant here in 2012. And more recently, the Enterprise Management Association Next Generation Visionary Award for IT transforming type of products and solutions. We're happy to get that along with the other accolades that we're getting in the marketplace. On top of that, we're getting great reception still from different tiers of the marketplace, from large enterprise customers down through small businesses. We have different tiers of solutions and applications that are pre-built that address the needs of different scales of customers and different vertical industries. And we're really proud of the fact that we can meet people where they're at and not have a one-size-fits-all proposition. Part of the reason we can do that is we have different editions of our solution, from lighter weight to heavier weight capabilities. From our Express capability, that's lightweight schedule management and team collaboration on a web basis, all the way through our Professional edition that really handles execution of entire portfolios and projects of work and provides things like time management and resource management across all of that. And then our Enterprise solutions that really add top-down, advanced, strategic portfolio management capabilities to the mix. None of these are mutually exclusive, and each tier, as you go up the ladder, can actually build on one another so that you can actually incrementally build your capabilities and add sophistication and maturity to your project and work management process as you see fit. Part of the reason that we can do this now in a very expeditious way is our concept of our PPM App Marketplace, kind of an app store concept where people can go in and actually deliver different permutations or variations of project and work management to their organizations. Whether you're in a specific vertical market that does specific types of work, whether it be a service industry, a new product development industry, or traditional capital project management or IT work, we have pre-built solutions that actually address the nuances and the needs of each of those marketplaces. We have natively built apps that are available at no additional charge to our customers to allow them to fit the right solution to their mix. And even though they're pre-built and actually give you a quicker implementation time, they can all be modified to accommodate the nuances of your nomenclature and specific business processes. This is being very well received in the marketplace today. So if you go to our app marketplace, we have native apps that are provided by EPM Live that are added to your solution at no additional charge. It's also a forum or marketplace for third-party apps with different utilities and things that you can purchase from them directly. And so that we make a wide variety of experiences available to our customers who want to have the broadest and most diverse user experience available to them. What's nice about this app store is that instead of doing traditional bottoms-up configuration of solutions, we actually automatically install these applications into your solution. So if you wanted to add things like IT service desk management into your solution, you can actually add that solution, have EPM Live automatically check that you have the prerequisites in place, and install all the components, lists, reports, and other things that you need in one fell swoop without having to do a labor-intensive consulting type of implementation or configuration. We're really all excited about that, and we can add these for different people in different communities or audiences within your organization. To that end, we have the concept of communities now in EPM Live, where you can have different communities or audiences in your company. So if you have a more services-oriented type of group, or more product development, or more IT-oriented, or whatever classifications you'd like to have, that their work and their user experience would need to be different depending on the type of work they do, we provide that diversity within the same solution so they can have that user experience but yet have all of the data, all the reporting, and all of the access to that information centrally located in one EPM Live solution. So that each community can have their own set of menus, their own set of metadata, their own business process and workflows, yet it's all part of a larger solution that serves the needs of the entire organization. So in these communities, you can look at getting reporting across all of it. If I got a PMO in this example, or a new product development group, IT planning and control, construction and engineering, application lifecycle management, they can all manage in their own methods and ways that are conducive to the way that they need to do work and accomplish their work, yet have it all consolidated from an information and resource perspective in the EPM Live solution. From a project and portfolio management perspective, we've really added a lot of enhancements to what we're doing with our solution. We have a revamped and new online planner that really allows you to do all of the waterfall planning you might want to do. People that are buying separate tools like a Microsoft project really no longer have to. You can do the full work breakdown structure hierarchies, indenting and outdenting of tasks, dependencies, resource assignments, etc. And also have templates so that you can actually have very well built, well thought out templates to start with consistency in building your project plans. We can also import data here into Excel, from SharePoint, from Excel, CSV files, and other places. But at the end of the day, you do not need a separate planning tool to do your waterfall projects now, like you might have done in the past with other solutions. Also, we've also added a brand new Agile Planner. So for folks that are actually doing iterative methodologies like Agile or Scrum, and really are managing backlogs that include things like user stories and features and defects, and they're planning out sprints, scrums, iterations in a more time box fashion rather than a waterfall approach. We can create these iterations, we can define them and size them, we can manage our list of backlog items, easily drag and drop items into specific iterations or sprints, and we can manage points and work capacities in those iterations so that we can actually put workload in that matches our ability to deliver on those things. And with all the work that we're doing, these all import or actually contribute to our total resource usage view. So if you're doing waterfall projects and agile projects and other types of work, the workload in these things actually are represented in that central resource view without having to have a whole separate solution for agile. From a project and portfolio management perspective, the ever popular bubble charts in that realm, in that discipline. We've really enhanced our components and our graphical bubble charts so that it's highly configurable now, where you can pick the axes and the bubble sizes and colors and actually dynamically determine what data you want to see in those things. So it's very flexible rather than a static configuration that provides you the same information over and over again, giving you a rich way to evaluate how healthy your portfolio is. From a resource management perspective, we've also totally redesigned our resource planner. Our resource planner, along with some other things in our solution from a user perspective, no longer requires any ActiveX controls. In the past, we did have some rich components that required ActiveX, and it was a barrier or a hindrance to some of our customers. This is now all built in HTML and JavaScript, so no clients have to be downloaded onto your software, no components or controls. So we've simplified the interface, make it a much more drag and drop process, and made the technology more friendly for our web-based solution. We've also completely designed our resource analyzer. So this resource analyzer takes all the resource planning that you've done across all your projects and all your work and allow you to slice and aggregate what this means from totals. Who's over allocated? What departments are over or underburdened? What roles are we sufficient or short on as far as capacity to deliver work? And we can run these reports all dynamically in a heat map type of format to show us where we are on track or behind or over allocated. Once again, no ActiveX required. We also have a new assignment planner. So if you look at assigning work and detailed tasks to people across your organization, we can take the aggregate of all that and say, Jim Patterson, what are you assigned across all of your waterfall, your agile, and your service request work and other types of assignments you have? And does it mean that you have the bandwidth? Are you working significantly more than a full-time week? Are you over and under allocated? Or do we have to assign some of that work to other people? And do we want to have this visibility should I think about assigning yet another piece of work to Jim? So the idea is I can have the visibility to prevent me from severely over-allocating people as we go on through. So more of a bottoms-up view of rolling up all work tasks and seeing what that means at the end of the day as far as the commitments we're placing on our staff. We also have all redesigned reports. So resource versus work capacity are now standard reports using personal calendars to determine your own personal availability based upon the calendar that's been specified for you individually. We also have an enhanced resource pool. So we have a resource grid that really been redesigned to focus on the needs of the resource manager so that we can get quick views to quick drag and drop groupings and look at resource information about the people that we're responsible for, that we're interested in, and really making it more conducive to meeting the needs of the resource manager as opposed to the project manager. And we've really added the capabilities to get much more granular and personal on calendars and time off. So as far as individuals having specific holidays, specific work hours, and other calendars that are specific to the way they do work, we can actually get more granular in the way that we model that for our resources and get more accurate in what that means from a scheduling perspective. We've also got rid of ActiveX for our cost planner. So our cost planner really still allows you to do very detailed line item budgets and cost types to outline things like what the budget for the project is, what prospective benefits you want to achieve as far as revenue or cost savings, collect your actual costs and revise forecasts. But the idea is all of this is now done in a very rich interface here that gets you very line item detail oriented financial information without that ActiveX control that we used to require. And the cost analyzer, just like with the resource management piece, allows us to aggregate and slice in a variety of ways that cost information to analyze what this means across the board, across all of our work, across all our different parts of our organization. We also now consequently have added more reports into the mix to reflect that cost and resource information. So 4.3 comes with new reports that are out of the box that get you that information in a very, very clean and drill down kind of way. And you can actually modify or add to these report libraries at your leisure. From a reporting perspective, we've really enhanced our dashboard features. So our charting web parts now have the ability to set filters or parameters for those charts. So rather than configuring it to show up the same way all the time, we can include and exclude projects. We can set criteria and all the types of things that you might want to do to make it a more interactive dashboard to meet the needs of the specific audience that may be looking at that chart or that dashboard at any given point in time. Also to that end, we really keep expanding our list of out-of-the-box reports. Whether they be listing reports, whether they be SQL reporting services reports or dashboards or Excel polls that actually render data in a more pivot-like format that you can slice and dice through. We now have a rich set of reports that come right out of the box, and you can add to this library anytime you want to meet the unique reporting needs of your specific organization. So we continue to extend on the reporting side with what comes out of the box. We have all new cost and resource management reports that we hope that you explore. If you're evaluating our product for the first time or have looked at us in the past, really look and see what's been added on the reporting side to see the richness of what we've enhanced here. We've also addressed the needs of social collaboration, meaning the ability to communicate and collaborate with our project and work teams in our organizations, which really taken more social media type of approaches. Things like comment streams, where you can actually comment on any item in our solution, whether it be a project, a work item, a task, a resource, whatever it might be, and you can have ongoing discussions. And as you can see from this little snippet, in a more Facebook-like fashion, you can collaborate on these tasks and have comment streams so that you communicate on the completion of a task, maybe diagnosing a task, providing subject matter expertise on a technical issue. All those types of things are now part of our solution and really inherent in the whole project data and the project management process. We also have welcome web parts and notifications that are more, let's just say, social media-like, so that you can come in and get all that information in a format much like you're doing socially with your personal things and things like Facebook and LinkedIn, and making that experience very common to the modern way people are communicating, and not just relegating it to things like email. We've also added a lot of productivity features. I would say first and foremost with our 4.3 release, we've put a lot of focus on performance, things to make our system faster and more productive for people to use, whether it be the way we roll up data and render data, which is something that we've addressed, or to just usability enhancements like type ahead lookups for people in group fields. So instead of using the standard thing where you type in things and then figure if that's the right name or things, we pull down the list of choices based upon your type ahead look and then just select the name that comes up that's the correct one, and know you have a validated selection as you go on through. You know, basically 3 or 4 times faster than the way you would normally do it by entering data or a name in a particular field. And this also works for things with cascading lookups that we have that make it easy for you to relate different fields that are related to one another in a parent-child capacity. We also have the concept of associated items. So as you have projects and other work entities within your system, we can have associated items so you can quickly access any or all associated items with a project, for example. If I want to select a project and say, show me all the issues for that project, it's very quickly accessed without having to go to a specific location or a specific workspace or website. The idea is that they're all ready for you on demand. And anything that you want to capture, whether it be backlogs, changes, documents, issues, risks, status reports, project tasks, all of them can be quickly accessed as associated items to a particular project or work element. We also have the ability to find items in longer lists much more quickly. We're adding a new search capability for any list or view in our EPM Live grids. So if you have a long list and you want to find something that has something or some string within a title, or some name or categorization as far as the classification, whatever makes the most sense for you, you can now find any item through a simple search criteria in any long list that we have, so that you don't have to scroll down and find those items through seeking it manually. We've also enhanced our Timesheet Work Log field. Those of you that use our timesheets, filling out a timesheet is fairly standard and going to a grid and filling in time. But if you're in a specific work item and you just want to log the time you spent on that work item, especially if it's a short service request or a to-do item or things like that, to be able to, while you're in that work item, fill out your time and have it on the back end populate your timesheet as if you were in the timesheet, makes it very quick for people to do their work, complete the task, and actually record the time against it without separately having to go to a timesheet exercise in order to do that. People are finding this to be a very popular capability that streamlines their ability to adhere to their work requirements for reporting actual work. We've also really enhanced our support community. We've really changed our entire support site and help desk site. So all of the things that we had in a variety of locations and knowledge bases and things like that are now available from a common location. So if you go to support.epmlive.com, you can get help with things like logins, accounts, frequently asked questions, knowledge base articles, etc., all from one location. So an easy place to have a bunch of resources in order to make those things happen. So in that knowledge base, you can actually log support tickets here from one location. You can get the help that you want. You get all your user guides. We get videos on how to, etc. So the idea is that we've really streamlined the process to get the support that you need at the time you want it for the way you want to do that. We've even added live chat so that people can actually speak with live representatives at a given point in time when they're working on our solution. All in all, this really ties into our newly introduced customer success program. And people that subscribe to our premier customer success program, we give you dedicated account management so you have consistency of leadership on servicing your account and maintaining that knowledge base and continuity and not going to a general help desk person who just happens to be available. You'll have a customer satisfaction rep who follows up with you and surveys you and asks you questions on the things that we can do better and the things we can do to help make you successful. Routine scheduled health checks to make sure that things are being done right and you're getting the most out of your system. And we also have personalized onboarding and training. The idea is that if we improve your success and improve your experience, we're both going to be most successful as a vendor and you as a customer of ours in the end of the day. And part of that process on this premier support is really the concept of our EPM Live University. Here we have a full learning management program that really provides the resources that you need or want at a time when you need it. We have full instructor-led classes on all the different components of our solution, both from an end user and an administrator perspective, where you can register for classes and actually have an instructor-led online class where you can actually ask questions and interact and do hands-on exercises. All of our classes are being made available on a video or a pre-recorded basis, so that on demand you can go into these 1-hour segments of the training components and learn what you need to do in a very focused fashion at the time you need to learn about a specific item. We have all the learning paths that you might want to take depending on your role, so we can prescribe the different courses that you want to take and also provide you those learning path certificates to show your management that you've actually completed the training that you want and get people the throughput that they want. Probably the biggest breakthrough here is that all of our customers are going to get access as part of being a EPM Live customer into the pre-recorded videos on the essentials of using the system and administering the system. For our Premier system, you get access to any of the premium content and all of the instructor-led courses that you can register for. At the end of the day, everybody's going to get trained in some shape or fashion, where instead of trying to choose which users you're going to pay for training on and try to do a train the trainer internally, we're going to make sure that there's access to training materials for everybody in your organization, no matter which program you sign up for. All in all, a great breakthrough, and I think it's a win for both us and our customers. So those are just some of the things from a technology feature perspective and from just an overall customer success customer service and support and training perspective that's new at EPM Live. There's so much more going on. We're already working on our next release for cumulative update. And if you want to talk any more about that or evaluate some of what we're doing, go to www.epmlive.com. You can call us at 855-EPM-Live, or you can email us at info@epmlive.com to answer any questions or contact you about evaluation, demonstration, or any other particular questions that you have. Hopefully that gave you a good overview of what's new in our most recent release, and we're coming fast and furious. So get on the train and let's have some good success with project portfolio and work management. Thank you for your time.